Hi guys, it's Kate from Kate Wellness, and it's day 7 of the 21-day Transformational Nutrition Cleanse, or 21-day TNC. Welcome back. I hope you watched yesterday's video where I dived a little into detoxing your mind and gave you some tips that you could start implementing today. I gave you 3 of my favourite from the list I've provided in the programme. However, choose your own. Feel free to share them, and hopefully we learn tips from each other. Today, you notice that it's not sunny where I am, and it's pretty dark. And I know they say the rules of filming 101 is never film with unnatural light in the darkness. But there's a reason I'm doing this. There's a reason it is dark, so hopefully the quality of this video is still okay. Today I wanted to talk about, so yesterday I mentioned one of the tips about detoxing your mind. I speak about sleep a lot in the program, and I wanted to talk about sleep and EMF, electromagnetic frequency, and how it relates a little to the program, detoxing, and your health in general. So some of you might have heard about EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. Basically the frequencies that are emitted from your phones, your computers, your TV, any electronic devices. And these things really impact our health. Now you just have to go onto Google, use Dr. Google, have a look, type in earthing, grounding, EMFs, type it in, just have a read and see what you come up with. Now, a couple of sleep tips I provide in the program. Important is getting more sleep, especially when you're detoxing, cleansing is essential. 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night is not enough. Unless it's of the highest quality. You can track your sleep. Actually, there's different apps you can use, and in one of my earlier blog posts, and I'll post the link below, I talk about a couple of apps that I use, a couple of devices I used to use back in the day before the company sadly went bankrupt. So I now have the device without being able to actually use it because it's not been upgraded. But there's other free ones now that come along with iPhones and Androids. So getting enough sleep, going to bed earlier, especially on this program. Going to bed at after midnight isn't ideal. They say there's a golden hour of sleep, so every hour before midnight is worth 2 afterwards. So if you can go to sleep 10, 11 p.m. or even earlier, even better for you. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours sleep a night. You might find you need more sleep on the program. You might find you need less sleep. Last week I was getting a lot less sleep during my first week of the detox cleanse. This week I'm getting slightly bit more, but I'm still feeling refreshed, and I'm still going to bed at a good time, getting up early, sticking to a good sleep hygiene, having a good routine. So winding down is essential, and making sure you turn off any electronic devices 1 or 2 hours before sleep. You don't want to be using your phone or laptop just before you go to sleep. You'll find that you have a much better quality sleep if you turn these devices off, you stop using them. There's a reason why the sun sets at night. As soon as sun sets, we start producing something called melatonin, which is like our sleep hormone. And as soon as the sun sets, and especially during winter months when it seems like the sun's setting around 4 or 5 p.m, but that's the time when you want to start winding down. You don't want to be on electronic devices late at night. If you are going to use electronic devices, then you need to be wary of something called blue light. It's something that's emitted again from your electronic devices. It's not blue, even though the name suggests it is. It's a frequency of light. You won't even notice it. It's just the light that's on your devices all the time. It's just that nighttime devices seem to be a lot brighter. So you can use apps for your phone and for your computer, and then with your TV. You can even buy goggles. But what I do with my TV is just try and minimize, all the settings. I change all the settings on my TV so it's dark, but even then it emits some blue light. With your phone, you can use 2 apps I use on my Android is Blue Light Filter and Twilight. I know there's plenty of apps on Apple, the iPhone store, but I've never used an Apple, so I can't tell you that. But with my PC, with Windows, there's an app called, a program called Flux, and with Chrome, which I also use as well, there's something called Glux. These are all free. There's plenty of them, and there's plenty of other ones as well. Those are the ones I've just personally used and recommended. It just means that nighttime, if I want to watch a documentary, often just before bed, I like to watch a health documentary. Something in bed. It means, or if I need to check something on my phone, I can have a blue light filter which reduces the blue light by 80-90%. It means that it's not affecting my melatonin production. The other thing is turning Wi-Fi off at night. It's so important. If you're like me and you have Wi-Fi in your bedroom, if your office is, at home in the UK, my office is on the landing next to my bedroom, and over here as well. It's a studio, so I have my Wi-Fi in next to my bed, really. This is where I'm sat next to now. I was going to show you my Wi-Fi, but I couldn't get me and the Wi-Fi into the video. So turning your Wi-Fi for night, making sure your phone's on flight mode or preferably off. Turning Wi-Fi off at the sockets is just really essential. I mean, there's loads of more tips. I'll be sharing these with you, especially in 2017. I'm really going to work more on my sleep. I did a couple of years ago. I got into earth and grounding. I've got a few products, a few things I installed on my phone. I have an earthing sheet, an earthing mat for my bed, a blanket, and also have something for my computer. I'll be sharing with you those more in 2017 because it's something I want to go back to because it really helped my health especially when I was having bad chronic fatigue. So if you're having fatigue, if you're having sleep issues, insomnia, especially if you've got any kind of long-term fatigue condition, sleep has to be your number one point of call. Because you can do everything else right. You can eat all the best foods in the world, you can go on detox programs, you can exercise, but if you're not getting enough sleep, then your body is just not getting that repair it needs. As I said, there's so many tips. I don't want to bombard you today. Just those 3 actionable tips is 1, just winding down properly before bed, switch off your device 1 or 2 hours beforehand, get a blue light filter for your phone and for your computer, and then turn your Wi-Fi off and essentially just get things away from your bedroom. You don't need devices in your bedroom. You don't need your phone. If you use your phone as an alarm clock, just make sure your phone's on flight mode and the mobile signal's turned off as well. So I hope these tips were useful. I'd love to hear, what tips you found useful and other things that you've tried. The other day I heard from a lady in one of the groups one of the Facebook groups I'm part of, mastermind groups. She said there's actually now a timer you can put on your Wi-Fi, which means you can switch it off at night, which is great. Because sometimes I like to go to bed at night, watch a documentary, a couple of health documentaries on my laptop, and then I'll fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, oh, the Wi-Fi's on. So I'm going to look into this Wi-Fi timer and I'll let you know what I find out, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you back tomorrow, day 8. I won't be in the dark tomorrow. I'll be back in the sunlight. We'll be talking a little bit more about detoxing your mind before we move on to the detoxing your body part, which is probably the juicy part, the thing you want to get into. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow on day 8.